And people will be like, you can't just base it off of that one racist person. When you're a person of color, it's never that one racist white person you encountered. The white superiority complex isn't everything you touch.
Exactly. You've got a complex. So everything you touch, you see it in. You're looking for it and you find it everywhere, even where it isn't. Hello, fellow humans. Episode 19. Let's go straight in.
When men say they want kids, I push. Why? First response I get is usually they want to be a father. Makes sense, but you can be a father to kids that are not biologically related to you. Ask why it's important for their kids to be biological. So many say legacy. This isn't Game of Thrones.
Maybe it's time for...
No, that's... We want our children to be our children. So you even yourself in that statement, you could say, you could be a father to children that aren't biologically yours. Yeah, you can be, but you're not. Like you can attempt and play that, but you're not. Ah yeah, really, you're the stepdad, hence we have the term stepdad. Like it's not the same thing. Even trying to make that argument's ridiculous. I think you are coping because you're a single mother.
For political violence against my enemies. It agrees with me politically, or else it gets the violence.
It agrees with me politically, or else it gets the violence. This stuff is very culty. Very, very culty indeed. And the video that I'm going to make after this one, it'll be out in the next couple of days, is I'm gonna get the definition of a cult, and I'm going to lay out what the criteria needs to be that they meet to become a cult. And they're very culty, but yeah.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. I have been reading Libs of TikTok for almost 2 years now. Libs of TikTok has been on our show, but behind a screen. I'd never been around Libs of TikTok, and then today she showed up, it's a she, I'll tell you that, in our studio using her real name.
It's true, I'm right here.
She's even cooler than I imagined. So she'll be revealing herself on our show.
Nike store getting looted.
But she's going to put herself up for a lot of public hatred. I'm ready for it, me. You can come at me, because if you're gonna come at me with illogical statements, you're going to get shot down before you even taxi off the runway. So you can try as hard as you like to take me down. But yeah, like that woman's already had loads of abuse. It's pointless, really, because all she does is post. Like I would argue that if the left want to go after somebody, people like me that actually talk about it are worse than Libs of TikTok, because all Libs of TikTok does is repost. That's it. All she does is take what they say and repost it. I take what they've posted and rip it to pieces. Like, so I'm worse than her, technically. Yeah, this is ridiculous now. I've seen far too many of these. This is almost becoming common. In these videos, if you look back through them, if you've been watching this series for a while, I think this is like number 8 or 9 that we've had. This is what happens when you tell people if you steal a certain amount, we won't arrest you. It's only when you cross this threshold that it's a crime. So they'll all just... Oh.
Quick little pronoun update. So after a several days long gender crisis, I am pretty certain I use they, they, he pronouns. And yeah, I just want to let you know I am still trans femme. I am still on HRT. I am not detransitioning or anything. Just my gender is a complete nightmare. I don't know what's going on with it right now. All I know is that these pronouns feel right to me. I don't really understand why. And the he makes me dysphoric if, like, a cis person uses it for me or a person who doesn't really understand what my gender is. Because it's really not like he the way you use it for men. It's he in the masculine woman kind of way, which is kind of what my whole gender is going for. My whole gender is supposed to be girl who's trying to be a boy, not boy who's trying to be a girl. So yeah, I hope it makes sense. I'm really sorry if it makes no sense.
It makes 0 sense, right? You're a confused young individual, and that is okay. All of us are confused at that age. Some of us more than others, but all of us are confused to some extent, right? He and she are pronouns that we use that are linked to your biology. Even if you are a biological male and you feel like a woman, you are still a he, right? So you can't change your pronouns. Your pronouns are labels of biological markers. It's like you can't change. Like if you want me to call you Blue Eyes, but your eyes are diarrhea brown like mine, your eyes aren't blue. I can call you Blue Eyes all day, and even if you then change your eyes to be blue, you've still got the marker of a brunette, a brown-eyed person. You've still got it. So the label of he and she is merely that. It's a label. It doesn't define you. It just helps people categorize you. The gender dysphoria that you're feeling is perfectly natural. Everybody goes through it to some extent, right? So to make drastic decisions based on a crisis, a self-admitted crisis, to make drastic decisions and change your perception of stuff so suddenly after the crisis is illogical. You just try and ride this out. Wait until you get to 25 when your prefrontal cortex, on average, when your prefrontal cortex is done and your brain's a bit more rational, right? Wait until you get to that age, then make permanent decisions. But until then, you're just gonna have to ride this wave. It's a horrible tsunami of emotions, but all humans have to go through it. All of us do. But the ones that have been through it can offer advice to you. Don't just do what you feel, because your feelings often give bad advice. Often give you bad advice.
We are both white women. We are inherently a danger in spaces for Black, Indigenous, and other people of color simply by existing.
Nice.
And when we choose not to recognize that and acknowledge that and navigate the world with that knowledge, we go from being dangerous to being an active threat. If we don't like that, then we need to change the systems and destroy whiteness. Not expect Black, Indigenous, and other people of color to take the risk to let us into their space, or to demand comfort and abuse the education that they offer us. The systems of whiteness make us dangerous. That's not individually insulting. Process that idea.
Look at this shit. I processed that idea. That was, again, word salad. Just loads of random fucking buzzwords scattered about to try and fill out this nonsensical point. The point that has just been made, if I reduce it down, reductionist style, was white people are a threat merely by their existence. Right? That was part one. And part two is we need to erase whiteness. So what she's saying is the only way we can get rid of this problem is to kill all the white people. Whiteness is a problem inherently merely based on its existence. Ergo, its existence needs to cease. Right? And then we need to remove or delete or erase whiteness. Takes you to the same conclusion. So that white woman is advocating for white genocide. That's how culty it's getting. They will even advocate like for themselves to be murdered, because does that woman believe that she's one of the good whites? Because her language there says whiteness. That's just across the board. It's a logical fallacy. It's a hasty generalization. Look it up.
Hey,
The saddest thing about that is like that's humanity. They're people. They had parents, they had pets, they had dreams, they went to school, hopefully. And now look at them. Look at that woman. Like that's dreadful. That I don't even have any words for that. All I have there is pity. Pity and remorse.
TikTok, I need your help with something. And it's really important to me, and it's gonna be
Why do they need to know? Why do the children need to know? Because your transgenderism, right, is all about sex. Right? It's all about your sexual orientation, your sexual equipment, your sexual attraction. It's all about the reproductive system. Why do kids need to know about your wang or your labia? Why? It's madness. It's madness.
a big deal. I'm coming out at work as trans to everyone, including all my students, who I've known some of them for a couple of years now. But I'm going to be honest, I don't know how I'm going to address their question. I'm not good at this stuff. I'm going to ask them to start calling me Miss Ella and to use the proper pronouns. But knowing kids, especially elementary school age kids, they're going to ask questions, and I want to make sure
Because you're just a man with long hair. Like, no matter what you do, you'll always have that. You'll have to go and get so much surgery. Look at that jawline, my guy. You could have been a model. Like, what is going on? I don't know how you expect to pass as a woman. If you are a woman, you are a fucking hideous woman. Because you'll be a good-looking dude. Do you know what I mean? With those characteristics. Like, you've got a man's head, a big square jaw. Like, what is going on, man? What is going on? Why do I need to believe that you're a woman? This stuff is crazy to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. It baffles me. It really does. And my child is supposed to understand this. I'm a 30-year-old man and I'm struggling with it. How is a 5-year-old going to do this?
I have answers or the correct answers, the best answers, some sort of answers. So if you have any resources on it or anything, please let me know. If you've done it, if you have anything, I'm looking for advice. Comment, stitch, whatever it is. Just let me know. I need help. And for anyone...
You do need help.
When that gives me any, I just would like to say thanks in advance, because this is going to be stressful.
Some solid advice from me is don't push your delusions on other people. Because if you push your delusions on other people, they will inevitably push back, which is what I'm doing right now. So if you do this, expect a parent to say, why are you saying this to Jimmy? He's 8. Expect this. That is some help. It's free. You can take that.
And I always like to be prepared. So, we'll see. I'll give you all updates.
My son is
Go pay, go pay, I will let you go. Go pay.
You sure?
Go pay, I will let you go.
I will pay, mister.
Go pay.
Please, I will pay.
Go.
How much is it?
Go pay.
No, please.
Go get those items and go to the register.
No,
See, this is what has to happen because the police won't do anything.
you're gonna lock me up.
No, go.
You promise?
No. Go pay all the items, that's it. Go, go, go.
No.
You want to be free, go and pay.
No, you're not gonna do it.
Okay. You want to cops to take okay, so you wasting your time.
So can I just pay?
Locked up. You wasting your time.
Can I just go pay?
Yes. Go pay. Go.
Can I pay?
Yes. You have to pay, go and you have to come back. That's all I need.
You can take a picture now.
I'm taking everything when you pay.
I will pay now.
Okay, go pay. Get the items. What are the items?
Mira.
Girls, the jacket.
The white one?
No, the blue one. Blue, white, and these 3. All 5.
This 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, I never had
Oh, the blue jacket. Blue
I
jacket.
never had the white.
Blue jacket. Go pay. Give me your picture. Go.
Okay.
Okay, your headphone, miss.
Yes.
Your headphone.
Thank
Okay.
you.
What a state the country's in, eh? You guys need to move out. England ain't much better. I don't know where you're gonna go.
So obviously, it's not the actual skin tone when we're talking about whiteness. It's the entitlement, privileges, microaggressions that white people
How the fuck is this not dehumanizing? How is she not being a racist piece of shit right now?
indulge in because we live in a white supremacist society.
So move! If you believe this to be true, move! Go to Qatar!
Where whiteness is seen as the standard and catered to in everything that exists. In Hollywood, in government, in schools. And people will be like, you can't just base it off of that one racist person. When you're a person of color, it's never that one racist white person you encountered. The white superiority complex isn't everything you touch.
Exactly, you've got a complex. So everything you touch, you see it in. You're looking for it. And you find it everywhere, even where it isn't.
It's never just one thing. And the way you carry yourself, your mannerisms, the way you speak, cumulative. And most white people are not actively fighting racism.
I'm actively fighting racism, and you are a racist piece of shit because you're making generalizations. Like, see, when I'm attacking you, I'm not using ad hominem attacks. I'm not attacking you because of your stupid fucking purple hair or your ancestry. I'm not doing that. I'm doing it based on what you're saying. And what you're saying is a certain race act a certain way. Now, if I would like to guide you to the definition of racism, right, and that is treating people a certain way based on their racial characteristics. So because I'm white, I act a certain way. If you believe that, that makes you racist. Me calling you out makes me a white man actively fighting racism. Checkmate. Should have protected your queen.
So if BIPOC folks in their leisure time, because it's exhausting to be around that 24/7, want to be in the comforts of people that they trust, feel safe with, enjoy free time away from societal pressures of white dominance, which is constantly being pushed. It's not exclusionary. Some BIPOC folks enjoy a place of safe haven where whiteness is not centered. It's about nurturing and nourishing the wellness of BIPOC folks. For once, in their personal time and personal space, out of the million other times where they cannot. If you can't understand the need for that or respect that, you're exactly the reason.
So, white people are the problem, and she calls white people, like she changes the word to make it sound like she's trying to draw phlegm from her throat. She's trying to do that. She's using the word white and she's saying it in a slur. So she's overtly being racist. And she's advocating for segregation of races so that we've got BIPOC, well, everybody, and then the whites. So there's going to be everybody allowed in and no whites allowed. Sounds like segregation to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to fight the racism of the past by being racist today. That's how we're going to do it. So that then in 2080... we can flip it round again and be racist again. We're just going to flip-flop all the way and just keep one side's going to be dominant racist-wise. Is that what's going to happen? It's starting to get stupid now. I don't understand how that's not seen as racism. If you don't see anything racist in that video that we've just witnessed, you have a problem. You really do.
So, this is a cute little thing that comes with it. This is a milk carton, obviously. And it has, have you seen me on there with a phone number? Okay, you don't think much of it, but little kids are playing with this toy, opening this toy, and they're going to be curious. And it says, please call. So what do? Your kid picks up the phone, and they dial the number, 1-888-TOO-MUCH. T-O-O, where's M?
Where's M? She's never had an old phone.
H. Okay. That's what it says on there. Bam. And this is what happens when you call the number. Oh, we're gonna put on speaker.
I'm waiting for your call. Want me to send you a sexy pic of me? Press 1 now to receive naughty triple X stuff.
No,
Are you ready for some
this is bad enough as it is, but if you press 1...
By pressing 1, you verify that the mobile number from which you are calling is your own, and you consent to receive promotions from MMS Broadcasting and NCS through auto-dial calls, text or picture messages, and pre-recorded voice messages.
So I'm not going to press 1
receive these calls and messages is not a condition of purchase.
I do not want to get them, but if all you have to do is press 1 and your phone is going to get text pictures that your kids should not be getting. And this is printed on the side of a child's toy. And now I wrote to NCA, who creates the toy, and they wrote back and said I have to mark it up, I have to send a picture of it, and they'll send me a...
That's problematic!
Indeed it is, Rob. Indeed it is. That last one, I don't really want to comment on that because you can't really verify if that's true or not. But if that is true, that's fucking disgusting. And the groomers seem to be getting more and more power in today's society, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit because they're going to hurt children. Jasmine's stretching on the windowsill. Well, thank you for watching it all the way to the end. Peace.